Now, I've been thinking this for a while now, and it wasn't until I watched Toy Story 5 yesterday at the movies where it kind of just like solidified my thinking, made it more solid. And it's that I have a prediction that in the nearby future, well, I won't say too close because you got to wait for the old heads to die out, but I think that women are going to take over the world. And when I say that, I mean like women, like the saying where it's a man's world because men they control pretty much everything. They're at the top, the tippity top. Like when you think about the elites, you think about old rich white men. You know what I'm talking about? Like you think about men, dude. You just think about men, men. But I have a feeling that women are going to be the new law and order. They're going to be the new heads, and instead of it being a man's world, it's going to be a woman's world. I feel like we're slowly moving towards that. And listen, dude, I'm not really that mad at it. But the reason why I'm thinking that, right, is because men way back then, you know, the reason why men were in power and everything, well, a good portion of the reason to why they were in power is because of the physicality thing. Like, they were stronger than women. So even if the woman was, you know, smarter than them, had better ideas, had more initiative or whatever, the dude was always stronger. So he could just overpower her simply like that. And for a woman to avoid something like that, she would just have to play by his rules. So just like the whole like history just been women playing by a man's rules because of, you know, biology. That's really it. But it's like we're getting more and more and closer to a time where physical strength don't really mean shit because the world's getting taken over by AI bots. It's going to be AI taking everyone's jobs. So all that physical labor, all those physical labor jobs, those hard jobs where you got to use your two hands, they're not going to matter no more because you're going to be clankers doing the job for you. And yeah, man, it's just like things are moving more towards, using your brain more than using your muscles. And a lot of girls surpass men when it comes to brains. It's even in the statistics. More women are in college. More women are doing their thing out here. A lot more men are out here, themselves. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men out here are depressed. A lot of men out here are feeling weaker than what they actually are. A lot of men lack initiative, motivation. They just lack a lot of things that women are now picking up on. And yeah, I feel like women are taking more like think about like your job, right? Something I've noticed is that most of the managers tend to be women. Like less and less. Like I remember when I was younger, I used to always see mostly men as the managers, right? Used to mostly be men. Used to be like one or two women doing the job. But like now these days it's like shit is reversed. It's mostly women and then it's like one or two men doing the job. And they're mostly like feminine men. And yeah, the world is moving more towards a woman's world. And I'm not really mad at it because, dude, the world been man's world for a pretty long time. And there's been nothing but conflict, war, bigotry, racism, class, class of shit. It's just a whole bunch of blaming this, blaming them, changing history, blah blah blah. Like it has been a whole bunch of dumb shit that doesn't really matter. It's been a very like the world's been very unempathetic. Like no one's empathetic to each other. Everyone is just it's a capitalistic world. But women on the other hand, I feel like they got more of a bigger, more open heart. And I feel like they could do some type of change that we never thought was possible. That's just a thought, dude. I don't know. Maybe women will fuck it up just like the men did. Who knows? At the end of the day, we're all just fucking humans. We all have our own different beliefs and shit. But that is my thought, dude. I think the world's gonna be taken over by women. And like to add on to that fact where it's like so much men are becoming losers and not doing they gotta do. Like you might mention that like, hey yo, there's a lot of women who are losers and shit. But here's the thing, dude. Most of the women that are losers, from what I've seen, from my point of view, are like just the women that follow masculine ideology. It's either like the girls that try to act like dudes, that those masculine chicks, right? Either those masculine chicks or those chicks, those feminine chicks that are not really feminine. They just like they act feminine for in a masculine way, like within masculine ideology. Like a man thinks that a woman's supposed to cook, clean, and this and that, and have my babies, and yeah, and don't talk while I'm talking, and that shit, right? It's like those women, they're just losers because they just want to stay in the house all day and do nothing. Just sit on the couch, watch TV. Cause like some of them don't even have kids. Some of them just want to be a housewife. You know what I'm saying? Like like when women mention that whole, I want to be a traditional wife. Like that was never a thing that was said when a traditional wife was a thing. You know what I'm saying? It was like they hear that and they're like, oh yeah, this is the perfect way for me not to work a 9 to 5 job. I could just depend on a man. Even if he, downgrades me and manipulates me and disrespects me, I'm okay with it because I don't gotta work. And it's just like those two archetypes of women that I feel like are the loser types of women. Really, when you think about any other type of women, they're always like headstrong. They're always girls. Like, dude, the way women just protect each other is crazy. Like, you don't see men like that, dude. Men are out here protecting each other the same way that women are protecting each other. Women, they got their whole thing, dude. Like, it just automatic. Like, I seen this one show called Outlast in the jungle, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was Team Charlie. I wanted Team Charlie to win, bro. I know it might contradict what I'm saying right now, but I don't know. So I might make that a whole nother video, bro. If people in the comments are really pressed about it, just let me know. I'll make another video about why I was Team Charlie in the show Outlast. But the women, there was something about them, bro, that's like they just took shit over once it was just an all girls team. You feel me? Like they just took over, dude. Even though they weren't as creative or adaptive like Team Charlie was. Yeah, Team Charlie made a whole bow and arrow out of just fucking whatever they can find, and that shit was working pretty good. But Team Alpha, it was just something they won the whole game, and it was just off of just pure just like women helping women. Even if some of the women in that team were trash. Like that one girl that joined the team last second, she was fucking trash. Like Team Alpha don't even like Team Alpha. I feel like they just used her, but they just try to make themselves look good on camera, trying to act like they were empathetic. But I feel like they were just using her from the jump because she could bring something to the table that they needed, and she did. But she was trash. But at the same time, like that other girl, she got kicked off of Team Bravo, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm rooting for Team Alpha all the way," and she's regretting that she didn't go on to Team Alpha and shit. It's just something about women, bro. They just have something under control, bro. They just know what they're doing, even when they don't know what they're doing. And it's like those type of women are not losers, dude. You see those type of women, they are not losers. Those are not losers. Maybe that one girl that was on Team Charlie was a loser, but well, those two girls that were on Team Charlie were losers. Those two girls on Team Charlie were losers. But the Team Alpha, Team Bravo, all of those women, those were clearly winners, dude. And that one dude in Team Alpha, the one that got voted off last, he was a loser. Low key. But yeah, I don't know. That's just my thought. I was kind of like all over the place with this, but I'm gonna get better at this yapping thing, dude. I'm gonna catch y'all.